I initially wasn't really going to make a guide for the Clear Sky Challenge mode simply because it is more or less another gear check in my opinion. You either have high enough gear stats to be able to carry the fuse without dying, or you don't. But then when I joined a few friends later this evening, I stumbled upon a strategy that will make your life a whole lot easier, both if you're trying to farm the mission or if you're just having trouble with it in the first place. So I thought I might as well walk you through it, right? Now, before we get to the actual special part about the strategy, it might be a good idea to look at my setup anyway. As of right now, I'm still using the build that I showed you a couple of days ago with the high toughness and the high skill power build. But of course, it's a little more optimized right now than it was last time, as I've had a little more time with it. But I want you to keep in mind that the build doesn't really matter too much, and it can also be done if your character has much lower stats than this. Ideally, you will still need to have one guy with 500k toughness or something in that area, because this guy will be the runner. And what I mean by that is that this will be the person that will grab the boxes and put them back into the power relays. This guy, the runner, he will need to be running with a first aid overdose and preferably with a pulse. The reason for that is that both of those skills can be activated while you are carrying a box, so that's useful because he will be carrying a box most of the time. The rest of the squad will also have to go with the first aid overdose, and you will need to have at least 2 smart covers as well. Not because they stack, but just because if one of them gets destroyed, then you can at least put another one for safety. As far as the talents go, there's only one thing that you really want to go for, and that is triage. And that is because with this strategy, you will be very clumped up together next to each other, and with triage, you'll be able to get your skill cooldowns almost instantly back if you just keep healing each other with the overdose. The rest of it is actually all pretty standard. You have critical save, you have battle buddy, maybe you don't want to run with combat medic as it can destroy the smart cover if you activate it. But I use it anyway since I was the runner most of the times, and well, if you're the runner, it might help you out. The first part of the mission is pretty self-explanatory. You can use the smart cover and attack the enemies from a distance. Me and my team got of course pretty close simply because we were already pretty much geared out, but stay as far back as you're comfortable with, it doesn't really matter. Once the bomb drops on the floor, the most tanky guy, the runner, he should go up and get it and then plant it and then run back to the group until the second bomb guy spawns. The one tip that I have for you in this area is that after planting the second bomb, you will not have to kill any of the remaining enemies. As long as one guy makes it to the second part of the mission, the broken circle, the rest of the squad will simply respawn and the enemies will not be chasing you. So now that we have all the basics out of the way, let's get to what makes this guy different from the rest that you've seen. To begin with, everybody wants to enter the circle on the left side and try to remain undetected. Then you want to follow the left side and walk all the way over to the small house where one of the enemy snipers usually takes a holdout. If done correctly, you should get there almost before the enemies can detect you, but if anything goes wrong at all and if you feel pressured, do not hesitate to pop a survivor link. You have 4 in total, and you will not really need any more of those once you make it to the building. Because the thing is, once you get there, everybody can simply jump up, pop smart cover, start popping heals, and pretty much start killing the enemies. Yeah, some of the more squishy players in the team, they may occasionally go down because of a mortar shot or because some random fire that they couldn't avoid, but you will always be able to revive each other, and the smart cover should mitigate more than enough damage, not to mention that everybody has very spammable heals. After killing a few enemies, 2 shotgunners will spawn from the subway right behind the small house. You want to take those out, and then when they're down, the tanky guy, the one that we call the runner, he will have to leave the house and start picking up the boxes. Now, because the rest of the team is going to sit on the house and basically not move, and because the house is literally right next to the NPC spawn point, almost all of the NPCs will be shooting at the 3 guys, which, they're not going to die because of the smart cover and the heals, but that's going to give the runner a very easy time picking up the 2 boxes and placing them in the right place. Once that is all done, he can activate the computer, he can run back to the top of the house, and you just wait here until the boss comes out and you kill him. Bam! Mission over. Easy as that. Not only will this help you if you're having trouble with the mission in general, but if you're looking for those new gear sets, this will also be a good way of getting them as fast as possible, because if you get practice with it, runs can take as short as just 10 minutes. And then of course you can start racking up some decent 240s. And that was really all. Short video, but it's a short method. As always, I hope it helped you out, and I will see you guys later. Or like they say in the Netherlands, zie je later!